Hi everyone. I wanted to share a couple of extra features in Word. If you look at the spelling that I have for both words, which are exactly the same, and they're spelled exactly the same incorrectly, but if you notice that the first one that's in all uppercase does not have the red wavy line like the second word does, and I'll show you why shortly. But what I want to also show you is if you type a word and I didn't capitalize it and I'm going to misspell it, when I press spacebar, it capitalizes it and also corrects the spelling. That's the autocorrect. So if I were to type another word incorrectly, and this is receive, and when I press the spacebar, it corrects it for me. So there's a lot of words that are automatically set to correctly spell it. So you may think that you're not sure about the spelling, and then when you look at it, it's spelled correctly. You may have not have spelled it correctly, but the autocorrect completed it and corrected it for you. So there's a couple other features that are pretty neat with Word. If you're typing the days of the week, again, if you don't capitalize it, it'll do it for you. When you get to the fourth letter, it comes up, assuming that you want Saturday, all you have to do is press enter and it finishes it for you. So I'll start Monday, get to the fourth letter, and the same thing. For the date, if I were to type September, and again, I can type lowercase. When I get to the fourth letter, it knows I want September. I'll press enter to accept it. And then when I press space bar, it'll assume, do I want today's date? And then I would press enter. So there's a couple of shortcuts that you can save in typing by just pressing enter after the fourth letter, and it pops up for you to complete it. The other thing is what's called ordinal numbers. For example, first, once you press space bar, it'll correct it to it has that superscript. Second, it doesn't happen to you, press spacebar. How about fifth, and so forth. The other thing I wanted to share with you is with that autocorrect, you could actually create your own autocorrect. Let's say I wanted to type STCC, and when I press spacebar, it would spell it out, Springfield Technical Community College, for me. So in order to create one of these, you would click the File button, and at the very bottom, there's a button called Options, way on the bottom. Choose Options. And then it's in the category Proofing. And then this is where I wanted to show you with the Springfield, where it's in all uppercase. The default is not to spell check uppercase words. Generally, the rule is it's because a lot of the uppercase letters are acronyms and they wouldn't be spelled correctly. So when I click this to turn off ignoring uppercase words, it will then put this in red. So we'll get back to that later. Now I'm going to click Autocorrect Options, and I'm going to type in here where it says replace STCC and then tab with, I want it spelled out, and then I'll click add, and it's putting it in here alphabetically. And here you can see some samples of words that are spelled incorrectly, and then it's corrected automatically. So it's been put in alphabetically. While I'm here, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to put my initials, and every time I type RT, I want it to spell out my name completely. So I'll click add. At any point, you could also delete ones that you didn't want anymore, but I'm going to click OK and OK. And now you'll see that both the uppercase and the just the first word capitalized, both spelled incorrectly, are now have the both red underline. So here I go, STCC. When I press spacebar, it spells it all out. STCC, spacebar, it spells it out. My initials, RT, spells it out. Now let's say I was typing STCC as the acronym. When I press spacebar, it's going to spell it out. If I want it to remain as STCC, you can just undo or Control Z, and it keeps the acronym. The other thing I wanted to show you is word art. So if you wanted to create a flyer and have a fancy title, click Insert and then choose Word Art, and you can choose any design you'd like. And then where it says your text here, I'm going to put my name, which is fine. I can go in here if I wanted to change the text fill to one color. And maybe the, first I have to select it. The fill would be orange and the outline may be purple. So you could decide how you wanted to do it. So orange on the inside and purple on the outside. The cool thing is text effects. Yes, you can get that shadow effect or a reflection effect or even a glow, but the really neat thing is what's called transform. And you have, they have the follow path, and if they all have names if you just hover over them, and you can choose anything you'd like, and look what it does to your name. And then you can go back to text effects if you want to change it. And you could always make it larger too if you wanted. But I think that text effects transform is a pretty neat feature. So that was insert, word art, and then you choose the text fill, the text outline, and text effects. And you could still put the glow if you wanted on it as well. Get really fancy. And one more pretty neat feature, in the Insert tab, you have your traditional inserting of shapes and arrows and flowcharts, stars and banners, but they also have icons. So, and there's quite a few categories to choose from. There's lots to choose from. And then you also cut out people and stickers. There's lots to choose from. The other thing that's pretty cool is called 3D models. And there's lots of categories here as well. And you can even type in your own. And I'm going to choose. And then when you select one, insert the picture, you'll also get other ones that you could choose from. But what's really cool is you have that 3D effect, so you can move it around on the screen to the way that you'd have it. So some pretty cool features with the 2019. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you.